Today I'm going to make a Hutspot. Hutspot is a traditional dish from Holland, which is kind of like a mash of potatoes with carrots and onions, and then topped with some smoked sausage. They also use some bacon or beef or a kind of bacon called speck. But in this recipe that I adapted, I'm going to use Vidalia onion because I like the sweet flavor of it. I'm going to use the smoked sausage. You can also use the kielbasa if you don't have smoked sausage. And some butter. Okay, we're going to start first thing with our vegetables. Here I have the carrots. You see the recipe calls for 1 large carrot, but I went to the store and I couldn't find a large one. So I have 2 small carrots, make 1 large one. I'm going to start off to slightly take off a little bit from the tip and from the top of the carrot. Not too much. You don't want to waste the carrot. So once you take off the tops and the bottoms, you're going to get a peeler. This peeler is actually really nice. It's called a Y peeler because it looks like the little Y. That's Y. So I'm going to start from the top and the bottom, lay the carrot down, and you can just run your peeler across the carrot. Careful without, wait, they're rolling. Carefully without slicing your fingertips. Okay, now that we have the carrot peeled, we're going to dice it up into large pieces, roughly, because it doesn't matter what's the size because we're going to mash it up later on once we cook it. So I just gently go down with your knife, cut up nice large pieces. Then just dump them in the pot with the water. We have a 1.5 quarts of water in the pot. And we're going to move on next to the onion. So like I said earlier, I chose a Vidalia onion because it's a little sweeter, and I think between the carrot and the sweetness of the onion is going to give a little nutty, better taste or different taste to the Hutspot. So we're going to start off peeling the onion. Remove a little bit again from the top, just like we did with the carrots, from either end. And then what do you do when you get here? You're very tempted to dig your nails into this. Luckily I don't have long nails. So with the knife, you run a small little line right across the whole onion from top to bottom. See, I'm doing it slow. Do it slow, don't go fast and crazy and cut yourself. And then with the back of the knife, you can just peel off the outer skin of the onion. And again, go back to the little cut that you made, and then from there you can start peeling back all the skin on the onion. Sometimes there's a top layer that's a little thin. You might want to remove that too. So we're going to start off, there's a root end here, that's the top part. We're going to cut right down the onion through there. Put one side apart over here. The way we cut the onion, we have the root end on this side, and this is what holds all the layers of the onion together. So we're going to put that on the hand that's not with the knife, and hold firmly the knife, and you're going to put your fingers up top and make a cut about 3/4 of the way into the onion. And then make parallel cuts right above those. And that's that. Then you're going to make cuts 3/4 of the way this way down the onion. And then you're going to turn it this way. See, now the root is holding all this together. Now you're going to go down this way and you have your perfect dices automatically. So what do you do with the back part here? We're going to slice it up too. So we're going to cut right here. Square that away so we get to minimize the waste and maximize the usage. So here's the rest of the onion. It's already diced. We're going to put it in the pot along with our carrots and onions. See? Everything's going to go in the pot. I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper. Fresh cracked is even better. Here you have. And the smoked sausage, this is the good part. That goes in there. That's going to give all that flavor. It's going to cook with the onions and the carrots, and it's going to cook for about 20 minutes till it gets nice and soft, all the vegetables, and then I'm going to show you what's. Now that our kielbasa is cooked and the carrots and the onions are nice and soft, I'm going to remove the kielbasa, and look at that. Oh. There we go. And let that cool down because I'm going to be slicing this and actually pan frying. And now our veggies. I have another pot. Strain that right in there. Very important that you save this liquid because this liquid we're going to cook the potatoes and we're going to use some of this liquid to make a sauce for a kielbasa. See? So here's the potatoes already diced large, just like the onions we did before, and the carrots. Dump all that back in. Save some of the liquid, and that's going to be part of our sauce later on. You'll see. Alright, this is the fun part now. We're going to slice the smoked sausage or kielbasa into 1-inch rounds. So you can cut them any shape, really, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to do small rounds. I find it easy to eat, that way you don't have to use your knife that much when you're eating. We're going to slice it all up, and then my saute pan here, I have 2 ounces of butter melting. And this is pretty interesting because this is like the opposite of braising. Normally when you braise something, you brown it first in the pan or you sear it, and then you cook it in the liquid. Well, here we cooked it in the liquid first, and now we're cutting it and we're going to brown it after. So it's pretty interesting, I like that. Different kind of reverse technique of braising. So once my butter gets a little brown, because I want to get that little nutty flavor, we're going to start frying our kielbasa, and you're going to cook them for about 2 minutes on each side. Get that, I like that little crispiness outside, and then we're going to deglaze, which means adding liquid into our pan with the broth that I saved from our onions and carrots. Wow, look at that. Get a nice sear on the top. I just flipped these. I'm flipping these right here, and it smells so great. I wish you could smell that. So now that they're nice and brown, butter's jumping around everywhere. That's a good sound. We're gonna add our cup of broth that I saved. Be careful when you do that. Sometimes since the oil or the butter is hot and you add the liquid in there, it causes it to jump at you, so be careful with that. I'm gonna raise the heat, and we're gonna let this simmer now, and we're gonna let it reduce. When I say reduce the liquids, we're gonna cook it down and let all that water evaporate, and the flavor is gonna concentrate. So we're gonna let that reduce by half. It's gonna get a little thicker, and it's also gonna concentrate in flavor. And we're gonna check on our potatoes to see how they're done. All right, the potatoes look nice and soft. Pressing them here against the side of the pot with my spatula, and they're breaking apart. So now we're gonna strain them into a bowl. You can do it over your sink, but this is a small amount that works here. We just strain that and put it back in the pot. And I also have the veggies. Remember the veggies that we saved? The carrots and the onions? Drain that too. And throw it all with the mash, with the potatoes that we're going to mash up. Okay. We can get rid of all this. Now we're going to mash this up. If you have a potato masher that works good, I have a whisk. This works great too. So just go in there and get hectic. Start mashing away. Make sure you get all that carrot in there. And I actually like to leave it a little chunky. I like a couple of the chunks in there. Gives a little texture and that rustic look. So I'm going to stop smashing. I'm going to add all that butter. Seems like a lot of butter, but it's great. Put all that in there. Put a little bit of salt. And now we're going to gently mash the butter right into our veggies. Alright. Now we're going to plate that up. So that's ready to go. Look at those nice chunks of carrots in there. Now you can put a little less butter if you don't want to skip all those calories. Make it a little denser, then it's fine. You just omit the butter or just add less. I made mine a little runnier because I like the butter. So we're going to put that in there. I'm bringing this to a bowl. Check on the sauce. Actually, I'm going to taste it. Tastes good. Just needs a little pinch of salt. All the nice smoky flavor from that sausages in there. And this is very roasting straight up. I'm going to place everything nice on top. Look at that. Right on top. With a little bit of the sauce right over the middle. And there we go.